This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock has tips to protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report phishing, and update the software on your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, let LifeLock alert you to suspicious uses of your personal information. LifeLock also fixes identity theft, guaranteed or your money back. Stay smart, safe, and protected with a 30-day free trial at lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Optimism isn't sunshine and rainbows. It's fixing things, changing the way we fix things. It's running the world on smarter energy. Because if optimism never stops, then change can't either. GE Vernova, the energy of change.
Welcome to episode 39 of the Inside Job Boards and Recruitment Marketplaces podcast. I am Stephen Rothberg, the founder and chief visionary officer of College Recruiter, and here today with my esteemed co-host,
Peter Zollman. I am not a visionary at all, nor I am a co-founder of the AIM Group. But we got some, I wouldn't say startling news, but we got some amazing news today. Bayard Advertising, one of the iconic, long-running, 100-year-old recruitment advertising agencies, has just been sold, and the buyer is Appcast, which is an amazing company in its own right, very recent, probably 12, 15 years old at this point. Chris Foreman started it. I didn't look it up. I should have looked it up and see how long it's been around. But Bayard has been sold to Appcast, which is in turn a subsidiary of Stepstone, which is a subsidiary of Axel Springer. And they're planning to take Stepstone public probably next year, realistically. So this is another step forward, or stepstone, if you will.
I see what you did there.
In the evolution of job boards, recruitment marketplaces, talent acquisition. Appcast is one of the premier programmatic companies. Brilliant. Chris Foreman is and the nicest gentleman. Louis Navioski, who's CEO of Bayard and has been for a number of years, also a super nice gentleman. Not as nice as Chris, but Louis won't watch it, so we don't have to worry about it. Bayard, been around 100 years.
Happy birthday.
Louis has made a 100-year tour of their offices, and had parties with each office. They have, according to their website, 315 clients, 7 offices in the United States. And the coming together of programmatic and employer branding and talent acquisition, marketing, what used to be just an advertising agency. Speak to that, Stephen, and then we'll talk about who's next and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Interesting thoughts about who's next.
Yeah, great summary. And also for people who are kind of like wondering about Peter's background, Peter and I think your wife, you're on vacation in Utah, seeing some of the world's most amazing scenery, having a great time, experiencing both winter and summer all within about an hour. This deal, when I was putting the caption together for the beginning and end of this podcast, I was tempted to use the Back to the Future slogan, but I didn't want that because I didn't want it to feel like it was something in the past, because it really isn't. But it reminds me of 4 deals that all happened within about a month or 2 of each other right before COVID. So Stepstone, again, acquired Appcast. Recruitix purchased KRT Marketing, and Indeed purchased ClickIQ, and TMP, now known as Radency, purchased Parengo. So you had recruitment advertising agencies buying or being purchased by programmatic job ad distributors, which is very much like this deal here. Appcast was one of the ones, the programmatics, that was taken off the market a few years back, but now here they are buying an ad agency. I think these deals make a lot of sense. They have pretty common customer groups, but by buying a Bayard, Appcast or whatever that's going to end up being called is now able to help those employer clients, like you were saying, with branding and with market workforce planning and running ads in newspapers or wherever it might be. It's not just programmatic.
Running ads in newspapers? Stephen, are you a dinosaur? I'm officially a dinosaur, and I got to walk in the dinosaur tracks at Arches National National Park.
Those were my footprints. They were from 100 million years ago.
Got it. But no ads in newspapers, not much. But programmatic ad placement, obviously, and driving talent to employers is ultimately what it's all about. And Bayard is a great company, been around a long time and based in New York.
Yeah.
I have Lewis's mobile phone number, and I decided not to call him until after the announcement was formally released.
Is it 8675? What was it called? The Jenny song from the 80s? No, that's
in any case.
Okay.
In any case. So what happens next?
Yeah.
Is, I think, continued growth. I have not seen the formal announcement yet, so I don't know if they'll maintain the Bayard brand, but I presume so.
I hope so.
I expect so. It's very, I used the word once, so I don't want to use it again, but since I'm there, I'm going to say it's iconic. What it brought to mind for me is, is it possible that Joe Shaker will sell out? I don't think so. I mean, his agency's been around 60 years. And it's a family-run company, and it's a wonderful family and all of that stuff. Nicole Miller in New York, another much smaller, but another branding advertising agency. It's owned by Nicole and her brother. I think her brother. Will they sell out, and who else is next? But before we get to that, why don't you talk just for a minute about combining an ad agency with a programmatic and
visionary voices, bold breakthroughs. This is Shally's Alley, where top recruiting minds spill their best kept secrets live every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Raw, unfiltered conversations on sourcing, hiring, and the future of talent, where we ask the tough questions no one else will. Tune in and level up.
How that works.
Yeah. So as a job board owner, these deals make a lot of sense to me because the amount of money being spent on recruitment advertising, and more so like how that's distributed, where that pie is going to, I think it's going increasingly programmatic. You need fewer people to manage programmatic campaigns. You need fewer salespeople. The people that we deal with at College Recruiter, when we are receiving a programmatic feed from an advertising agency, whether it's Shaker, whether it's Bayard, whether it's Radency, whoever, increasingly those people are not account directors. They're not account managers. They're not account executives. And that used to be the point of contact. Now the people we're dealing with are almost all the job title like programmatic advertising specialist. Those people, by and large, are young, in their early to mid 20s, by and large, math majors, economics majors, and by and large, they don't really care about your brand, who your audience is. It's all about the data. And if you can generate applications, qualified applications at a low cost, then you get an increasingly large share of the wallet. So I think that the days of the 3 martini lunch and the let's talk about strategy and where should we run your ads, I know that's becoming less and less important. More importance is going to programmatic. And are the results that we're seeing good? If so, here's more money. So the Bayards of the world, I think, are finding it increasingly difficult to compete, and the Appcasts of the world, I think, are gaining greater and greater share. What I think is going to be really interesting here is that Bayard is heavily US, maybe a little less so maybe in Canada. I'm not aware of much business in Canada. I've never heard any of our European customers, partners, vendors talk about Bayard. I think we're about to see that. I think this is a big entry point for Bayard to now go into the European market, because Appcast is basically global, but really mostly North America, UK, and Europe.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is perhaps it's not an entry for Bayard to go into Europe, but Appcast and Chris Foreman and his team are casting around for a Bayard of Europe. I don't think there are any, but we'll do a little more research and try to figure it out. So we're running out of time, pal. We've covered the landscape. Nicole Miller is going to call me and say, "What the heck are you talking about?" And Joe Shaker will be Joe Shaker Jr., who isn't Junior, but Joe Shaker Jr. will be on the phone with you in 15 minutes to tell you, "No, you're crazy. We ain't selling," and I don't think they are. But it's a fascinating time as always. Good to talk to you, sir. I'm going to go back to my travels. Next up is Zion National Park, or Zion. That's the first question I have to ask at the ranger station. I think it's actually pronounced Zion, but I'm going to ask when I get there. Have a good day, sir. We talk again later this week.
Thursday, we are interviewing the CEO of JobLift, big Berlin-based aggregator job board. That should be awesome.
Spell it.
Cheers, my
because
friend.
otherwise people are going to think you said jobless. JOBLESS. And
JobLift. LIFT.
There you go. Have a good one, sir. It's been a pleasure. Take care.
Cheers, man. Cheers, man.
Bye.
College Recruiter believes that every student and recent grad deserves a great career, and that hiring early career candidates should be simple, take almost no time for your team to manage, and be very cost-effective. We help Fortune 1000 companies, government agencies, and other organizations who hire at scale, meaning dozens or even hundreds a year, and who find it expensive and inefficient to attract, engage, and hire early career candidates. Our two core products tap into our talent pool of more than 20 million students and recent grads of almost 8,000 colleges and universities globally. For more brand awareness, we use our targeted email product, CR Brand Blast. Simply tell us who your message should reach by geography, school, major, years of graduation, languages, gender, and race. You'll get the entire subject line and message body. We'll then deliver your HTML email to the inboxes of tens or even hundreds of thousands of matching candidates who have opted in to receive these messages. Or to drive high-quality applicants at the lowest cost, use our automated job posting product, Jobs at Scale. We'll scrape your career site or import a feed of just the jobs you want us to run. Then we'll use our proprietary programmatic technology to get your postings in front of our highly targeted early career candidates and drive them to your career site to apply. Pricing is either on a traditional duration basis, so a flat fee for a certain number of months, or on a pay-per-performance model where we bill monthly just for the candidates we delivered to your career site the previous month. At College Recruiter, we drive applications within days of you saying yes, deliver 22% more applicants at a 39% lower cost, deliver candidates who are 15% more racially diverse. Request a demo today at collegerecruiter.com/employers.